audible. Sorry. It's not audible. Non-stop viewer. Sorry, I was just that's very bad. So here pawn captures knight was simply winning a piece, and that happened after 3 move, as you cannot go for capturing on the knight and queen being captured over there. So maybe knight will come to the b1, or maybe knight coming to, what is he moving up? King to c2. Why is king to c2? Giving up the knight again. So again, what will he move? The pawn is being attacked, not capturing the knight. 1 minute, guys. Let me check it out if everything is working fine. It was not audible like some few seconds ago. Hope it's working. Giving up the pawn, and I can capture this one. King comes up here. King to d3. King to d3. Maybe there is check again. And where you will move? You have to move the king to the. So this is completely winning for black. Rook check. Again, king goes anywhere, there will be bishop check, queen will be hanging. Even you can simply go and capture the queen. That will be more easier. Sorry, you cannot capture the queen at this moment. There's bishop captures the queen, but there was bishop check, and then you can capture it with d. So that is what happening. Your opponent do not see queen is being attacked. So a huge fluctuation that happens in the. Okay, this there is checkmate. What a checkmate! Bishop checkmate is there. What, what a checkmate was that? That's bishop being checkmate. So many players have won the game. We have 12 to 15 players have won the game. So next round have started. Let's see the game of Vivek versus see I snuffs. Okay, not available. So let's see the game of Razu versus Aniv. It's working now. Thank you, Divas Divasteum. We will be distributing the prize money of Yesterday tournament today after completion of this tournament together. So whoever won the prize, we like to congratulate them. We will post it in our YouTube post. So whoever won the prize, they can find their name in the YouTube post as well. Congratulations to all of them. So here b3 going for the fiancé variation, mostly played by Caruana. Bishop to b, not sorry, it is played by Hikaru. If you know, just giving up the pawn for free. Pawn push, bishop goes back. What is this game? There's no development of pieces, just moving up the pawns. That's not necessary. So guys, if you are watching this video and if you want to learn something, we are analyzing your game, so you can find it out. You have to develop your pieces first, and then you can go for some knight to b4, as this is not of no use. Look at this move, that's of no use. Knight to b4, your opponent is trying to capture the knight. You can simply go for pawn push here, protect the pawn, or you can give up the pawn for free, try for some development of piece, or you can simply push the pawn. This pawn can be pushed here as well. Your opponent will capture the knight, no problem. I'll capture with the b pawn. You will be getting the advantage of bishop here. You will have to develop your piece. No, do not worry for capturing of the knight. So that was not necessary. Knight moving to b4. Do not move the piece twice in the opening. It will lose the tempo for you, and also it will make you lose game in the future. Look at this position. Look at this move again by Razu. Look at this move. I don't think this is a very good move. This is bad one, I think, as moving up the knight for no use. That's moving two pieces twice. Any idea where I can get this book? Okay, currently you can get PDF online. As many you can. You have a lot of PDFs online. If you want any, we can also provide. You can message us at buddhisal.com, so we can send you. Here is a blunder made by black. You can simply capture the knight. There's no way to protect. You can just maybe you can. Sorry, it's not a blunder. So there is bishop simply guarding the knight. So you can go for pawn push, and knight have to go back. There's no other idea. Knight have to go back, and that loses you tempo. You are already losing a pawn. Next move, I can simply capture the knight, and there will be isolated pawns. Look at this bishop here. Both are very strong, and all the thing you need to do is bring up the queen somewhere and just try for some attack. This is winning for white. Any idea where I can get this book? You want to get PDF or you want to get the actual book? If you want to get the actual book, you can contact us, as well as you can also contact for PDFs. We will be trying to share up the PDF, those PDF which we have. So maybe some threat of bishop captures the pawn. Will that make any sense? I don't think that will make any sense, as there is no knight check and neither there is anything extra. Like I can just go for capturing of the knight. This is isolated. No need to capture the knight here. I think I can just go for pawn push, or here pawn push might go for bishop capture and capture. There will be check, check, and there will be perpetual check. So here pawn push on the f4 is not possible. What is the name of enemy? So there is no name. 1300 rated player. We're analyzing the game here. The threat is bishop captures the pawn. That's coming up next. Pardon, I couldn't hear. Where can I contact? Okay, there is a Facebook page, buddhisol.com. You can contact us out there. So this is a blunder made by black. Just go for pawn push, and there is just capturing of a piece. So here black loses a piece. Even if you just go and capture, that's enough for you to win the game. Just capture, bishop captures the pawn. I will just defend with the bishop, or I can defend with the rook itself. Both is winning. Yeah, there is only a missing threat. Just defend it and it's over for black. You are losing a piece and it's over for you. So this is winning for white, I guess. I think we can go for another game below 1600. Below 1600 PCS rating, we are looking the game of that, and we like to again thank you everyone who have subscribed our channel and supported us. We will be coming up with more interesting videos, more and more improving videos. Maybe we'll come up with openings, as we mentioned. Here is the blunder made by white again. What was that? Okay, queen coming to e2, losing a piece after pawn push. Bishop goes there and then again pawn push. But I think I could just go for queen to f2, and if you just capture, I'll just capture it out. And if you just capture, I have pawn captures and the b3. But he didn't see that, just pushes the pawn and gave up the bishop back. Looks like okay, this is already mate. Look at this moment here. White could have some. Okay, black didn't see the mate coming up here on the h8 and just gave up the mate, losing the game. There was somehow winning at this moment. Maybe he could just try for some tricks with rook coming to. So this is also not possible. You just go and capture. Sorry, queen captures and bishop captures. But this was playable position for black, as there could be some position where rook could go somewhere and there will be check. Then I can just bring the king to the f7, or even rook could come here, or rook could go anywhere where king to f7 and bring the king to e8. That will be some defensive move where the bishop was recaptured by the opponent. Let's see another game that's going on, guys. So many errors, so many mistakes that's happening. So those whoever is playing and watching the video, please do correct the opening, correct way to play. Here d4 was played and e6, knight to f3, d5, queens came on the board, e3. This looks like good opening than the other one which we saw in the game of in the previous game. I don't remember whose game we were saying of, as there was no name. So this looks like quite better opening. And of course, as there are pieces being developed, there are There is going to be castle next. Sorry, what happened? Yeah, there is going to be castle, but black just blunder a piece. Oh my god. Just giving a piece for free. No, just capture pawn push. What is it doing up? I should go and capture this one and captures. I can bring the knight back, but black is not giving a piece for free. He captures the rook, so this is winning for white. How this? How is it happening? Okay, so many viewers, guys, hit the like button if you have not done. Let's analyze this game. What was happened? Where did black blunder and what does happen? It is working fine. There is no way. It's good opening for both the player that we can see, but the opening we saw in the previous games were not that much good as. Okay, this is also fine. This is Royce. Just bring the bishop back and attacks the pawn here. Whenever knight goes anywhere, then I can just simply capture the pawn. That's the idea for black. But what happens if I just capture? There is a threat just capturing of a pawn. You cannot capture this pawn with the pawn, and if you capture with the bishop, there is a threat of pawn push, and there will be double attack. So that was possible, but he didn't see it. Just move out the knight to e5, bishop comes to d6, and maybe I can just go and capture the bishop, or even I can go for this move. No, this is not possible, but this was possible here. Pawn push is also fine, no problem. This is equal position now. Just pawn push, and then after pawn push, captures and knight captures, and knight goes to the b3 attacks the rook, but I can simply capture. Where did white just blunder? We'll see it out. Here is the moment where just white blunder, didn't see of rook being hanging and just gave up the rook for free. Knight captures in d7, captures the a1, f5 was played, that was not necessary, where black captures the knight and then after captures the pawn. Pawn was captured, castle, and knight goes back. Bishop check. This is winning for white. Yeah, this captures and white is completely winning a piece. Knight coming to b3, pawn being captured. That was not necessary after pawn push was not necessary. After that, it was completely winning for white. Even here, knight to e4 gives. This is made in 5. Knight to e5 just gives the knight for free. There was no use of it. So guys, you should not give any piece for free. That's the main motive. When you are a beginner, the very first thing you need to keep in your mind is you should not give any piece for free, no matter how you play, but you should not give the piece for free. You should not give in the opening, you should not give in the middle game, you should not give in the end game. In any moment, you should not give any piece for free. So remember, so here we have our third round being that already started. It will be 7 round. So that will be for around 1 hour. So let's have some music as well. Here is the game between Samrid versus Chris Adhikari. E4 d6. Park defense is being played. D4, knight to f6, attacks upon defense with the knight to c3. D6 goes for King's Indian. Knight, bishop to g5, bishop to g7, and if you just capture, I'll capture with the bishop, as there will be no isolated pawns here. This looks like somehow they have good knowledge of the opening. Goes for castle, knight to c6, d5, attacks the knight, knight to e5, knight captures, bishop captures. This is good. This is good. They have well knowledge of opening. Now goes for castle. Where will they blunder? That's the reason. Where will white or where will black blunder? Rather in the portal. Okay. Hello Dazu. Hello Rajendra. Whoever wants to see the game of any player, please let us know. We will be showing up the game. If any of your friends or any of your brother or anyone is playing, we will be showing up the game. So here we have queen to b6 attacks the pawn. Maybe you will try for some tricks. How queen coming to d4 and queen to f4. Is that possible move? Or we'll try for something else. How will black attack? Looks like black with the strong Bishop diagonal. This diagonal bishop is very strong out there. I don't like this move. Pawn push. Is this necessary? Just moving up the pawns. Was this necessary? Isolated pawns. And if you just capture, bishop will just capture most probably. But you will be having an isolated pawn on d6. That was not necessary. Moving up the pawn on the e6. Maybe you could just simply. Okay, I didn't capture. And if you just capture, maybe knight will capture. That's the idea for black. सबैभन्दा लो रेटेडको गेम हेरौँ न ओके ओके लेट्स सी सबैभन्दा लो रेटेडको गेम कसको छ लो रेटेड player playing we have maybe this is the low rated 1164 and 1300 low rated maybe that's the only game. Okay, let's see what's going on here. This is between Manoj versus no name. 1000 subscriber today. Yes, yesterday we have below 1800 leeches rating tournament, and today we have below 1600 rating tournaments. It's a celebration among all the subscribers, all the viewers. So we tried to have some games among mid-level and also among the beginners who have been playing. So here knight to f5, 2 pieces here, fork for black. That means the low rated of this tournament 1164 SNMM is trying to play somehow good position. Here just black played with the rook to e7 and knight coming to the f5 attacks the rook. Maybe you'll just go and capture the rook and we'll have some winning position. But I will not be saying you will be winning the game, as we can see a lot of fluctuation in their games, and that makes this game very interesting and fun. We will be seeing up if there will be any, even if you are winning a queen. We saw yesterday we could see there was some queen up in one game and that was again given back immediately by the opponent. So we cannot say this is completely winning, but this is the winning position for white. So why he is taking time? Is there any other move rather than knight captures on the? I don't think there is any other move. So tomorrow we have a tournament that is open for all. We have posted in the community of YouTube of our late president, former president, late Raisari Joshi. He's no more with us, so we have a tournament in his name. So maybe he's trying for pawn push. What is he? Okay, he is not online. So the time where he got a chance to win the game, he is not online. Maybe some internet issue or some lightning issue or something like that. So we were waiting for him to move, but he is not online. Let's see the game of another player that's going on. Here we have Vivek versus Asutosh. Vivek is a beginner player. He is a player of a talented. He is a friend of a talented player, maybe Arjun Himiri, I just remember. So he is increasing his level. So I request everyone to practice. The more you practice, the more you will learn, and you will be, of course, winning the game in the future for sure. So let's see where did white just blunder. Bishop goes to g5, bishop goes there, castles, knight coming to d7, no matters, the pawn is pushed, bishop captures, queen captures, pawn captures. Here is the mistake where white did, because pawn push, then after bishop capture was simply losing a pawn. Pawn push was not necessary. Captures, pawn captures, knight captures. Then after queen goes to the e2, losing a pawn, captures, then after pawn push, protecting the pawn. Queen is being attacked, queen to b6, after b3, rook being extends, knight comes to the a4. Do not move. Why? You are just moving up the knight. Is it necessary? You are moving up the piece that's outside the center squares. That's not necessary to be played. Your queen is not doing anything. Your opponent queen is not doing anything. So do not think of such moves which will not let you. This knight is very far from the actual game, so it will hamper for you. So do not move such moves. So knight comes to the c5 again. Knight trying to be in the center square. So here maybe here captures and pawn captures. As there is queen check, then queen could come back. So no, this is also playable, but queen will just capture the pawn. So it's fine for both. This because a back rank problem. Also, you have to think a back rank problem. That's very much necessary. Back rank problem. If you do not care of it, you will have to suffer a lot. Okay, attacks the black wins already. Let's see how and where did black make it successful. Captures the okay. This captures and queen check, and then after there is a piece that being captured. There was no way. No, there was no way other than there is no way to protect. Just queen check, and it's over for white. Okay, it's already over for white. Captures, queen check, queen comes back and resigned by black won. Good game by Asutosh. Fourth round have started. So guys, whoever is watching, hit the like button if you have not done it. This is Thapa, Bhimsen Thapa versus Asutosh. Who is Asutosh? Okay, let me check it out if I can find the names. Manzil. Around 30 players have joined the game, and some of them didn't came, so no problem. Maybe they were busy in some other stuffs. We have the prize money for top 5 players, so hope the best will win. We can see the opening was with e4. Italian game was played by opponent Vincent Thapa. Knight to f3, knight to c6. Attack the pawn and defend by knight to c6, bishop to c4. Classical variation, bishop to c5. Symmetrical position by black as well. Sorry, it was not. D3 was played, knight to f6, bishop g5, pinning the knight, castles, knight to c3 develop, pawn push f6. So maybe you'll just push the bishop to h4, and how you'll defend. Maybe you'll go for bishop to e7 back, or you'll try for g4. That will just damage your kingside structure. That will not be as good as you think. Bishop goes back to e7. As if you go for d6, knight will immediately come to the d5, and that will make a good position, very excellent position for white. Here, black bishop is coming to g4, so you have to push the pawn. Do not let your opponent to pin your any piece. If he or she will be able to piece. Sorry. If anyone will be able to pin your piece, then of course they will be having good position, as you have to suffer a lot. You have to protect the piece for long. And if knight goes on the h4, that will be a mistake, I think, as if knight goes to h4, knight will capture the pawn on the e4, and if you just capture it with the knight, then I can capture the knight and captures, and queen captures is possible. So knight to h4 is not possible. Queen goes to the e3, just protecting the knight on the f3, and if you just capture, queen will just capture on the f3. Here, white bishop was very dangerous, so it's nice that black could go on the a5 and captures the bishop on the b3. If somehow this knight is being captured, then can we join now Siti's Banskota? Yes, you can join Siti's. If you are below 1600, then you can join. I have the link that is here on the chat itself, so you can simply click the link and just join. For those who didn't knew about this tournament, I request everyone to follow our community post in the YouTube, which is increasing daily, as we are using YouTube now as our main platform to share any of this tournament or any other events that will happen. So kindly you can go through the YouTube community post. It's very easy to see. You can see a lot of things lot of thing is growing here. White is trying for rook coming to a1 attacks the pawn, but instead of rook to a2, the best move here could be rook to, this could be more good. After pawn push, rook to a6 more good if you are planning for rook to a1, as you will not let your opponent push the pawn. That's the idea. And when you just bring up the rook to a1, your knight will come to again attack the pawn, and you can simply capture the pawn. And if you go for rook to a1, maybe bishop can come up. Then you can come your rook to a2. That will give you a tempo move, an extra move. So rook to a2 was not that much good, and your opponent could just try for a5. Vincent Thapa versus Asutosh. Okay, looks like a good position for black. I love the position for black, as black have this bishop here advantage. Of course, the knight is being attacked though. Knight can come back, or next move here g5 can be played. Queen coming to e8, queen coming to g6, trying for some breakthrough with the g4 and use attack after king can come to the h8, rook can come to the g8. Use pressure for white that's coming up next in the game. So will he move it or not? We'll see. Uh, have to be FIDE rated. No, it's only for those. It's only for leeches rating, not for the FIDE rating. So below 1600. What about 1800 rated players? No, you cannot play 1800 rated players. Leeches rating, we had a tournament yesterday, so now today we have below 1600 leeches rating, not FIDE rating. So anyone who does not have FIDE rating can also participate, but have to be below 1600. But if you want to participate now, only 3 more rounds left, guys. So if you want to play 3 more games, then you can join. Otherwise, I don't think that's necessary. If you want to play for practice and for fun, you can join. Only 3 more rounds are left. So here, black have good position. Why you are moving up the bishop? Come here, bishop goes back. Do not move the piece twice, even in the opening, even in the middle game, if that is not making any sense. Okay, here the pawn is being pushed, and even another pawn can be pushed. Queen can be coming here, queen can come here, king can go to the d8, rook can come here. A very brilliant idea for. Okay, why you are just moving up the pawns? That's not necessary. You have to go. You have to bring with the d4. Breakthrough should be there. If you do not go for breakthrough, you will not be able to win. Now there is no any breakthrough for black. If you go for check again, I'll just capture it out, and there is no any attack from black itself, neither from black nor from white. Then it will end up with draw. This captures the knight, captures, bishop goes back, queen comes up with the check. Queen can come up here to defend the check. The knight, if you come here, I'll just capture. You have to capture. I'll just bring up the knight to the d4. Here, pawn is being captured here. Okay, what is this? Pawn was captured. Black didn't see it. It was well protected by white. If you just have captured this pawn, this could be winning for black. But he didn't see it now. We will see who will be winning. Looks like Dwight's position, but anything can happen in their game, as this is the game between 1500 rated players. So anything can happen. We cannot figure out where will they do the mistake, or where will they be having the winning position or losing position. Here we have Astos with time pressure, white with the time pressure. Okay, black can have some attack now. Black have an open. Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I had some urgent work. That's why I have to go. Looks like we cannot join now. No, you can join only if you are below 1600. Then you can join. Or if you are higher than that, then you cannot join. You have park defense out there, played by Asutosh. Bishop goes and captures the pawn. Wow, nice game by black. Maybe he'll just capture with the pawn itself, so that will be more good. Rook captures, pawn captures was more good, I think. Just move up the king and have some attack with the pawns, even with this or even with the pawn. Attack can be played. Rook captures, that was not necessary. Bishop check goes back. There, try for some exchange. Being rook, bishop being attacked, captures, pawn push, and then after bishop captures. That was the mistake played by white. Captures, queen captures. You are a pawn down, but look at this position. Very bad. You are just trying to go for attack. None of your piece is being developed. So that will be very hard for you to play when your pieces are not being developed. Queen check is there. Again attacks the queen. Where will queen go? Maybe if you be in this open file, then rook will immediately come and just pin the. So there was check as well. This was also possible. Just go and capture the rook. But before that, your queen is being attacked. You don't know where to go. Maybe this check is coming up next, and this check is coming up, or simply this check is coming up. Anything. This is winning for white, as after going to h8, you will lose a piece. Asutosh is losing the game. Asutosh plays queen to c8, trying to defend the a8 square a8. But I can simply keep check. I'll just keep check. I'll just grab up these pawns. If you come up, I'll be having some queen check again. And this is winning for white. Your king is very vulnerable. You cannot protect it out. Your king is very vulnerable. This is completely winning for white. If you go here, I think I can simply capture this one. And next move I can go for somehow rook check. And somehow this is completely winning for white. So let's see how would he continue. Will he go for rook check, or he'll go for queen check? And king have to go anywhere. I can just go for capture of this pawn. Can I go and capture this pawn, or go for some checks? Go for check. Goes here. Again there will be rook check coming up next. If we come here, maybe I'll just bring up. Okay, rook check is there. Or where will go? Your king is almost trapped. Queen check is here. Or you bring up the knight check. Or you'll just go and capture the pawn. Or everything is fine. This is what you need to worry for. Your rook is being, your rook do not have any squares. So how would white continue? Will he go for rook coming up here? Rook comes on the d5, and black create some squares for king. If you give check and king comes here, you cannot grab the knight. How will you play? Maybe knight comes out here, and if king comes on the b7, and I will just capture the pawn. If you just capture, there will be knight captures on the d6. There was a simple tactical position as rook captures and pawn captures. There could be knight coming up. Okay, there is a blunder made by white, giving up by an extents. If the queen comes here, I will just capture the rook, and if you capture with the queen, I have pawn push next. Or you can capture this pawn. However, black have to play very good to win this game, as there are two pawns with the knight, and that can be easily protected. That can be easily played for white. White will be having some good position when we'll have queen exchange on the board. King might come up. Will he go for queen to d6? Maybe he could go for queen to d6. That could be played. Just giving up the pawns for free. Now here, white have to think. White will have some threats. Rachit Puja, you are Indian. So no, I'm not. I'm from Nepal. You are Indian 100%. Oh, so here black already won already won the pawn that was losing. Then he was losing. Now he can just go for pawn push, pawn push. I think I'll just capture the queen. And if you just capture, there is no way to protect this pawn. And you are losing now. White is losing. King can come to the b7. Just protect the pawn. That could be playable. But even this is fine. I'll just push up the pawns. Okay, what did this? Why do you have to come to king to g b7? Goes for pawn push. I think you'll just go for pawn push. Yeah, knight to f6, pawn push, knight goes there. There's no way to defend the pawn, and there it is queen. Was there no any? Okay, even after giving up the rook, black is winning the game. Oh my god. There was winning position for black, there was winning position for white, there was again winning position for black, now it's winning position for black itself. So fluctuating, a lot of fluctuation. Anis giri live bolaunu पर्यो अब. Maybe you will come one day when we'll have more number of subscribers. Already we have crossed 1,000 subscribers. We are about to reach 1,200. Already 1,100 is crossed. So it will go 1,200 very soon. It will go more and more, and we will be calling on his screen for sure when we'll get more popular. He will be coming. I know he will be coming one day when we'll have a good channel. Okay, sixth round here. Petro of defense played by black. Asutosh versus Asutosh at number 1, whereas Eminem 28 at number 2. Below 1600 rated players are playing, and we can see it's good to see the players have. Okay, what happens if this pawn is being captured? This goes for d4. What happens if we just capture this pawn? Maybe he will just go for a queen to e2, and if knight goes back, I'll just capture this pawn. That's the idea. Just giving up a pawn for free in the opening, and that was not necessary for d5. Immediate d5 was not necessary, and if you go for d5, looks like somehow good for white now. Okay. How would white continue? White will just play bishop to b2, attacking the pawn on the e5. Maybe we'll go for castle and go for g4 and just go for capturing of this pawn. That's also possible. So a lot of possibility for white. With a compensation of a pawn, black have 2 bishop here, but that doesn't make any sense as the bishop on the d6 is not good enough to have any role on the board. So I don't think black will have any chance to win this game. White have this pawn being attacked. Immediately it cannot be captured, but after g4 the pawn can be captured. Before that, I prefer him to go and castle, have the safer king, and then go for attack. This pawn will be immediately protected with the queen to e7 or even rook to e8. I think he will just play it. No, he didn't play. Something happening outside, I don't know. Just a minute, guys. Okay, almost. Let's have some light. It's already 6 o'clock. Around 6 o'clock. So many pictures out here. Let me check it out if there are many comments. Asutosh going for knight to f5. Knight and f5. You might know knight and f5. If you can go knight and f5, you will be winning, as it's said by Karpov. When knight goes on the f5, then you are winning the game. That's what white is trying for. Queen to h6 might be an idea, but before that, he just go and capture the pawn. And we do not prefer of capturing the pawn. I could go for attack. Okay, this is also fine. Just bring up the bishop back, and then I go for queen to h6. Maybe you'll just go for pawn push. Just go for pawn push. f5 was played by. That was not so good. This is completely winning for white now. Look at this king, very weak. And maybe I can just go for check and go for checkmate as well. Knight is being attacked. This can be pinned immediately with the rook, or what you'll play next. If you go for king to, okay, not that. Let's play something else. Can I go for queen to g4 or even to h6? Knight check was not necessary. If you just go for capture, I could go for rook check. That's the very simple idea that could played by white. Here, queen to h6 could be playable, and if you just capture, there is queen rook check and just capture the queen. But he goes for knight check, and knight goes there. Attacks the pawn. Pawn again being captured. There's no way you can just move up the. This is already protected with the queen. So I think I'll go for bishop captures or even knight captures. Both is possible. I think I'll go for bishop capture, and if it is capture, I'll capture with the knight, and there'll be fork between king and queen. What will he move? Okay, this is completely winning for white, but even in this position, we cannot say it's over for him. Maybe you could just go for f4 as well, and if you just capture with the, okay, that could not be possible. And if you just capture with the knight, there will be rook captures the pawn, and if you just capture, there was rook capturing the queen capturing the rook. So that was not a good idea. If you capture, I'll just capture with the pawn. No matter, you have already 4 pawn down. 4 pawn down, that means you are losing this position. White king is very safe. Black king is also safe, but you are 4 pawn down. That means you are losing. Anyone who want to see the games of any other players, please do comment in the chat box. This is the second last round, and after this we will be having the final round, and then we will be seeing up what will be happening. So let's see the game of Dia Shrestha versus Detroit. Dia Shrestha is also a regular player, student of Keshav Shrestha. She is regularly practicing, and those who practice regularly and learn more will increase the level very fast. Maybe she is playing good enough to win this game. Pawn boost, and if you just capture, there is knight captures. Maybe rook will be coming out next, or we'll try for some another tricks. Yeah, you can just bring up the rook, attacks the pawn, and if bishop comes here, there can be something else. Okay, just brings the rook in. I prefer rook to h2 as well. Even that is also fine. Rook to h2, rook to h1 attacks the pawn, and also attacks the bishop when he brings the bishop to f1. That will be playable. Here, knight is coming to the f4. The thing here, black is trying to just extend. And one basic theory in endgame between knight and bishop, the thing you have to do is put all the pawns on the opposite color of your bishop. Like here you have bishop with the white color, so your opponent, that is black, will have to keep the pawns on the dark square that is kept here on the a7 and b6. And when you keep the pawns on the dark square, your opponent will not be able to go and attack with the bishop. You will be able to simply attack the pawns. Maybe you'll just capture with the king, and pawn push could be playable position, but he didn't play it. Knight check, and knight comes on the c1. Attacks two pawns, and you can protect both. If king comes here, I could just go and capture. If king goes here, I could just go for knight to b4. So there was a winning position for black. Didn't you see that? Black is trying for draw. King could come up, go for pawn push, that could be playable. But this looks like draw's position now. You cannot push the pawn immediately. Now here pawn is being pushed. So bishop comes on the f1. But this capture, what was that? Capturing a pawn. This is completely losing as you don't have any. This is losing for white, but will black be able to manage for draw pawn capture, and this is winning. This is winning for black as you have to give all the pawns now. Just take the waiting move and bring the king. Yeah, this is also fine. And just bring the king to the d4, take the waiting move again, and just go and capture the c4 pawn. Just go. Just go for king to d4. There's no way white can just defend the pawn on the c4. Neither pawn can be defended on the b5. Just capture it out, and king comes. Just capture this one as well. This is winning for black. Let's see another game, guys. The only thing that can happen is stalemate in the time pressure by Sushil. If one doesn't happen, let's see the opening sounds. Batrai versus Manoj. Manoj won the game. e5, e4, e5 was played. Here at 6, not letting knight to come on the g5, attacking the f7 square. b5, simple opening. Okay, this is fine. Both is playable position. Maybe you'll go for c5. Okay, this is just giving up the knight for bishop. So captures, bishop pair advantage for black, and of course the diagonal bishop which was attacking on the f7 was captured. This is good for black. This brings up the knight on the h file. Can I go and capture this pawn? It was playable, I think. And if you just bring up the knight on the f4, I can bring it back. And if you just capture, I could capture on the h4. That was immediate winning for. Okay, pawn push is possible here. Immediate winning piece, but didn't play. So it goes for pawn. Attacks the queen. Knight goes back. Queen comes up. Attacks, captures. Knight goes there. Check. King goes out. Tries for some draw's position. Bishop attacks the rook. So I don't like the position for white anymore as the pawns are being captured. There is a pass pawn and you are losing so many pawns. That means you are losing this game. I'm sure you will be losing this game as you don't have any more squares. Pawn being attacked, you not capture with the rook as there is bishop captures and even rook captures. And even if rook captures, then there will be exchange down for white. So this is completely winning for. What was that? What was that? Maybe he was just trying for queen to e7 and just mouse slip and queen to e6. That we can see in the online game. Mostly happens when there will be mouse slip, then you will lose it immediately. So this was completely losing for. Let's see the final game, guys. The final round have already started. The final game with Asutosh versus Chris Adhikari. Chris Adhikari is from Japa and Chris Adhikari is under 14 or under 15 player. So he is very good in the opening as he have learned in Dynamic Chess Academy. I think so. So I think he is good enough with the opening. And we have the piece being developed. This is attack. He will go for h4, h5 to have some more attacks. Okay, this pawn push, double attack is coming up next by black. How would white just try to defend it? Will he go for e5 himself? No, he just go for capturing of the pawn. Pawn captures is possible, and again e4 was possible, e5 and e4 was also possible, but here knight captures the pawn and there is no threat of pawn push now. Castle, I would have preferred longside castle. Just try for some huge attack after h4, h5 and create some threats immediately. I like for aggressive move. But he plays first short side castle. Even this is fine. There is no any mistake in this case. So it's playable position for white. There is no any big blunder. There is no any mistakes. So the only thing I like for aggressive moves. So just go for long side castle. Go for attack. If you like to play aggressive, you have to go for some breakthrough, giving up a pawns, giving up some pieces. So here knight captures the knight, and there will be some chances for black now. Pawn captures, bishop is coming to the b7, attacking this diagonal. So pawn is being attacked. You have to protect with the bishop coming back to the e2. All the pieces have to come back. Maybe no, he just gave up the pawn. Says that knight could go anywhere. There will be double. So there will be discover check coming up next. Nice to see players of who are learning, who are having rating of 1500 only, trying for some tricks, some tactical moments, tactical position, some discoveries, some double attacks. So it's great to see the level of all the players are increasing. When I was learning chess, there were a lot of people where people used to blunder the pieces, give the piece for free. But now I don't see those things happening. You have to go for some tactical position. You have to go for some positional game to win the game, even for the beginners, even if you are playing with the low-rated players. So that's very good to see the growth of every chess players. So here, knight coming to c5 attacks the queen, and the b3 queen have to go back on the c2 or on the d1, protects the bishop. And if queen somehow can come here and here, then there will be a huge attack on the g7 and h1. One minute, guys, I'm coming up. Just a minute, guys. It's the final round, guys. So I think it's almost over. 10 more games are going on, and we will see what's happening out here. So final game is here. Asutosh wins the game, and he is the winner of this tournament. I'd like to know. Yes, he just wins the game, right? It's not yet updated. No, final game is yet out to be completed. Asutosh playing with Chris Adhikari. So first versus fifth position they are playing out. We'll see what's happening. Let's see, guys. 6 seconds left for Chris Adhikari. So pawn push. Asutosh winning a piece. Will he go for capture? That will be a blunder as queen is being attacked. So you can't capture. Chris Adhikari playing brilliantly, not letting the opponent to capture the knight. And if you just capture the knight, you will be having an isolated pawns, but the pawn will be attacked again. If you just bring up the queen to f6, I will just capture the pawn. So it's equal for black. Still there is some threats for white. So we cannot say who will be winning the game. Black creating some pressure on the. So now I think I just go and capture the pawn, gives up the pawn. So he didn't see that. Just gives up the piece. Blunder by white. White just blunder. Black just gave up the pawn that was just attacking the knight. Knight do not need to go anywhere. Now black is losing the game. Chris Adhikari, who played brilliantly, gives up the queen. Queen is gone and loses the game. Asutosh winning the game. Asutosh winning the tournament. Congratulations, Asutosh. And we have next at the place Bhimsen Thapa playing with Bhimsen Thapa. What a fluctuating game. Or some winning position for both the players. Loyal Rupees is playing this game. Goes for capturing of the pawns, and d5 is the move that need to be played somehow in this position where black have threads. d5 is there, knight goes back, so it's fine. Okay, what is this? Just giving up a piece for free? Giving up the piece for free. Bishop goes to g4, backs, goes back. Goes. Sorry guys, I okay. Bishop capture. So this is where black already losing a piece, but trying for some attacks. Queen is captured. So here, I think I can just go and capture the pawn itself. You don't need to go and attack the rook. Okay. Now it's black winning the game. White was winning, and what's the game that's happening, guys? I don't know. I don't know what to say in this position. Sometimes what to say. Okay, it's losing game for white already, losing up the piece. White had the winning game, winning a piece, winning the game. Black came up with some attack, and white just got resigned. Dia Sister versus Angel Mohars and Dia Sister winning 3 pawns, and of course winning the game. And this pawn can be pushed and pushed. You have to, okay, I'll just push up the pawn, or you can bring up the king also and the g4. So this is winning for white. Pawn push, king comes up. Pawn push, king comes here. No matters wherever you play, this is losing for you. Rook check, I'll just bring the king on the f3. So this is the final game of below 1600 rated players. So this is completely winning for Riyaz Shrestha. You don't need to think much. Just bring up the king forward, and if you just give check, I have king coming to g4. There is no check. I have queen check coming up next, and you are losing the game. Queen check. What you are going to go for? Try to exchange the rook. Okay, just goes for extending of the rook. Angel Mohars is 80 years old girl. You can just go for queen to c6. Let's see how will c mate. Simple move just brings the queen to the c7, or even to queen to a7, not letting the opponent to come out of the final rank. You should put the queen on the second last rank. This brings the queen up here. So just move up the queen, and there is the king, and there is checkmate here with the queen to e7 checkmate. She didn't see it out. It's almost over. So we'll see B making it go with the stalemate. Queen comes up, check, and you have to go anywhere. What you'll play, queen check here, or even check. Yeah, this is losing for black already. Comes here. If you go anywhere, so didn't try for anything else, go for cylindrical mate by queen. Queen check, queen check, queen check, and queen checkmate. It's over for Angel Mohars. Finally, she couldn't make it. Dia couldn't make it out, so it was a long. There was mate in once. It seems see that. Okay, still the game is not over. So there it is. So here we have Asutosh winning the game. Congratulations, Asutosh. Second we have Bhimsen Thapa, and third we have Samrit. Fourth we have Zamir Ali. Fifth, we have Alchemistic. Alchemistic. Congratulations, all the winners. Thank you all for being here and watching. And of course, for all who have been participating, hope you will be increasing. Every level of the players should increase, and we believe you will be increasing more and more, improving your level. We will be coming up with the more interesting videos, more with the learning session, and many more with the tournament that will be playing up. So thank you. Bye bye. See you again in the next live streaming. Bye bye. Take care.